George Robert Stephanopoulos is an American television host, political commentator, and former Democratic advisor. Stephanopoulos currently is a co-anchor with Robin Roberts and Michael Strahan on Good Morning America, and host of This Week, ABC's Sunday morning current events news program. From 2014 to 2020, Stephanopoulos held the title as chief anchor of ABC News. Demoted in 2021 to mornings only as David Muir began new duties covering breaking news in the evening hours and prime time. Before his career as a journalist, Stephanopoulos was an advisor to the Democratic Party. He rose to early prominence as a communications director for the 1992 presidential campaign of Bill Clinton and subsequently became White House communications director. He was later senior advisor for policy and strategy. Before departing in December 1996, Stephanopoulos was born in Fall River, Massachusetts, the son of Nicolitsa, Nikki, Gloria and Robert George Stephanopoulos. His parents are of Greek descent. His father is a Greek Orthodox priest and Dean Emeritus of the Archdiocesan Cathedral of the Holy Trinity in New York City. Currently, his father is a retired priest at Saints Constantine and Helen Greek Orthodox Church in Cleveland Heights. His mother was the director of the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese of America National News Service for many years. She now also attends St. Cons and is a regular member of the church. In his youth, he became a follower of the Greek Orthodox faith and long considered entering the priesthood. Following some time in Purchase, New York, Stephanopoulos moved to the eastern suburbs of Cleveland, Ohio, where he graduated in 1978 from Orange High School in Pepper Pike. While at Orange, he was on the wrestling team, competing at lower weight classes. He told Howard Stern in May 2020 that he would sometimes work out wrapped in plastic, so he could lose water weight before the weigh-in. Prior to a match, academically, he was the number 2 student in his graduating class. In 1982, Stephanopoulos received a Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science summa cum laude from Columbia University in New York and was the salutatorian of his class. While at Columbia, he was elected to Phi Beta Kappa his junior year, was awarded a Harry S. Truman Scholarship. He was also a sports broadcaster for 89.9 WKCR-FM, the university's radio station. Stephanopoulos' father wanted his son to become either a lawyer or a priest, promising his father that he would attend law school eventually. George took a job in Washington, D.C., as an aide to Democratic Congressman Ed Fein of Ohio. He became Fein's chief of staff. Stephanopoulos attended Balliol College at the University of Oxford in England as a Rhodes Scholar, earning a Master of Arts in Theology in 1984. He states that he spent much of his time trying to root his political leanings in the deeper philosophies that he studied while in college. In 1988, Stephanopoulos worked on the Michael Dukakis 1988 U.S. presidential campaign. He has noted that one of his attractions to this campaign was that Dukakis was a Greek-American liberal from Massachusetts. After this campaign, Stephanopoulos became the floor man for Dick Gephardt, U.S. House of Representatives Majority Leader. He held this position until he joined the Clinton campaign. Stephanopoulos was, along with David Wilhelm and James Carville, a leading member of Clinton's 1992 U.S. presidential campaign. His role on the campaign is portrayed in the documentary film The War Room. At the outset of Clinton's presidency, Stephanopoulos served as the de facto press secretary, briefing the press even though D.D. Myers was officially the White House press secretary. Stephanopoulos and James Carville was sued for defamation by Jennifer Flowers. Stephanopoulos had made comments about her allegations that she had an affair with Bill Clinton. He accused Flowers of doctoring her taped conversation with Clinton to make her story look creditable. Stephanopoulos also called her story tabloid trash, garbage, and crap. The suit was dismissed since his comments were not the basis for defamation. Newsweek reported that Stephanopoulos attempted to obstruct a regulatory agency investigation with his objection to an appointee. On February 25, 1994. Stephanopoulos and Harold Ickes had a conference call with Roger Altman to discuss the resolution. Trust Corporation's choice of Republican lawyer Jay Stevens to head the Madison Guarantee investigation that later turned into the Whitewater controversy. Stephanopoulos resigned from the Clinton administration shortly after Clinton was re-elected in 1996. His memoir, All Too Human: A Political Education, was published after he left the White House during Clinton's second term. It quickly became a #1 bestseller on the New York Times bestseller list. In the book, Stephanopoulos spoke of his depression and how his face broke out into hives due to the pressures of Conway.